What's going on, everybody out there? This is Popular Stranger, and we are back at you again today with another Madden 23 Ultimate Team video. In today's video, we're going to be going over the confirmed content schedule for this week in MUT 23, as well as our predictions for Team of the Week, week number 9 in the NFL. Now, if you guys enjoyed this video, if you like it, if it helps you out, make sure to go ahead and click that thumbs up button. Shows a lot of support on the channel, helps the videos get noticed. Also, if you're brand new here, you were searching on YouTube for MUT 23 content, or maybe the video is recommended to you, stay a while, click that subscribe button, turn that notification bell on as well so you guys are alerted when we drop additional videos. Let's get right on into it. Here is the content schedule, the expected content schedule for this week, November 7th through the 13th. Of course, you got GMM on the 8th, 9th, and 10th. That's Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, 10:30 a.m. Eastern Time. That's your opportunity to earn one Twitch drop for free each day that GMM runs. Nike Run Club. So if you missed it earlier today, we dropped a video going over the brand new competitive pass, the AKA content, which also dropped today, and the Nike Run Club Bo Jackson. Here is the card one more time if you missed that video earlier. I definitely recommend checking it out. You have to link your Nike Run Club app to your EA account, and we did drop a tutorial on how to do this back in October when this program first started. So if you missed October, it's not the end of the world. You can still earn this 89 overall Bo Jackson by walking, running, or getting through 5 miles over the next 7 days. If you guys want to learn how to link your accounts and get this all set up, we're going to put that video down below in the comment section as a pinned comment. If you happen to have the 86 from the October challenge, you can put that into the 89 in its power-up path and unlock jukebox or goal line back for just 1 AP. If you do not have that 86, you can still earn the 89, and there's going to be one more challenge. I think it's going to be in December. I know they said there would be at least 3 challenges. We just don't know exactly when the third one would be, so you can get it all set up for that as well. Back to the content schedule. We talked about the AKA content, Michael Irvin, Brian Dawkins. So that's out. Tomorrow we got Team of the Week, of course. Tuesdays, 4 p.m. Eastern Time is when it should be dropping. They'll be doing one reveal for one card likely tonight on Twitter, and then the rest of them will be revealed tomorrow morning on GMM. No content expected on Wednesday, and then the big news, the big release of this week, and honestly this entire month, is going to be the Harvest promo, which is the Thanksgiving promo, and it specifies release number 1. So likely what should happen is Wednesday on GMM, they'll probably do a reveal for these cards, possibly a special stream Wednesday night. I'm going to say probably not because it's not on the schedule, but at some point on Wednesday, we will be getting a reveal for the Harvest content. Release number 1 probably coming out this Thursday. Legend content, of course, on Saturdays. And then with the Harvest promo, it's more than likely going to be 3 weeks long. So release number 1 this Thursday, part 2 the following Thursday, and then part 3 the Thursday after that. So whenever more information regarding all of that is revealed, of course, we got you covered in videos. Let's talk about Team of the Week. Before we get into our Team of the Week predictions for week number 9, worth noting that we've seen the +1 in the overall for a lot of programs, and Team of the Week should be included starting tomorrow. So with the cards, we're likely going to see now 84 overalls, 87 overalls, 90s, and then the champions are going to be 93. So we'll see some upgrades in the overalls, and obviously that means better players on the field. So let's get into the predictions. We're going to start on offense. Patrick Mahomes, I don't think that he will get a card, but honestly, there weren't too many amazing quarterback performances this week. I still think they're saving him for a bigger promo, but 446 yards, come behind win here for the Chiefs over the Titans. 1 passing touchdown, 63 rushing yards, and 1 rushing touchdown. Now, speaking of rushing, for quarterbacks, Justin Fields, I don't think he gets a Team of the Week card, but they could do what they did with Lamar Jackson earlier in the year and give him a record breaker card. He broke the record for most rushing yards from a quarterback in a single game yesterday, 178 rushing yards and 1 touchdown, including that 61-yard TD, which was just absolutely insane. If you missed the highlights, go Google it. So maybe he gets a special LTD and we get a 7th 93 overall in cards or in the game tomorrow. That would be pretty cool. I think the absolute 100% lock for the player of the week on offense to get the 93 overall is going to be Joe Mixon. I don't see any way, shape, or form on how EA could ignore this one. 153 rushing yards and 4 touchdowns, 58 receiving yards and 1 passing touchdown, 5 total on the day. I mean, they can't not give him a card. Like, I don't understand. I know he has that 89 overall headliners card, but he's due for a 93 here with that performance. Some other players here. This is the 3rd week, I think, in a row now. Travis Etienne, Give this man a card, for crying out loud. Another great performance yesterday, 109 yards on the ground. The Jags won, so they can't blame it on them losing. And he had 2 touchdowns. I think he gets either the 84 or the 87. A couple of Eagles, Miles Sanders, not the greatest game, but there weren't a lot of amazing offensive performances for players who deserve an upgrade. So Miles might get one, 93 rushing yards and 1 touchdown. I think who should get one for sure is Dallas Goedert, who had 100 receiving yards and 1 touchdown. I think either Miles or Goedert, whoever possibly gets that upgrade, could be due for a 90 overall. And then Allen Lazard, in a losing effort, had 87 receiving yards and 1 touchdown. He already has, I think, an 87 overall out there, so I don't really know if they'll give him a 90. Obviously, he wouldn't get a 93 for that, but maybe he gets an upgrade. On defense, Matthew Judon's been due for one for a while. Best card is still a core elite. He's leading the NFL in sacks last I looked, and he had 3 more yesterday. Last week, we did a video on one player from every team that deserves an upgrade. He was easily the Patriots pick, and after Sunday's performance, I think he should be the defensive player of the week. Javon Hargrave, who just got a team of the week card last week, had another great performance here. 3 sacks in the win against the Texans. Does he get a card back-to-back weeks? Got an 86 last week. Maybe he gets a 90 overall this week. And then another Patriots player, Joshua Uche, I think is his name. He also had 3 sacks, so 6 between the 2 players there for the Patriots. Maybe he gets a lower overall card, either an 84 or the 87. Jets have a big win over the Bills yesterday. Bryce Huff contributed to that. He had a 1 sack and 1 forced fumble in the win there, so I expect him to get an upgrade for the Bills in a losing effort. Damar Hamlin had 12 tackles and 1 sack. Then we have Kirby Joseph, who had 2 interceptions and 10 tackles. I think Kirby Joseph is definitely a lock for a Team of the Week card. And then this one, I would like for it to happen because he had a pretty good Campus Heroes cards. Zavin Collins had 1 interception and 1 touchdown. If you didn't see that play, go Google that one as well. It's a pretty nice play. So because he has an 87, maybe he gets the 90 overall on defense. But I feel like Matthew Judon has to be a lock on defense, and Joe Mixon has to be a lock on offense. As far as the LTDs go, remember, these are current active NFL players who had a great Week 9 performance in a prior season. Jonathan Taylor last year in 2021, 172 rushing yards and 2 touchdowns. He hasn't done much this year to deserve an upgrade, so maybe this is how he gets it from last year's great season. Another running back, same year, 2021, same week, Nick Chubb, who's also due for an upgrade, should possibly be a candidate for a LTD Team of the Week tomorrow as well. 137 yards on the ground and 2 touchdowns. Obviously, Taylor's game was a little bit better there, but who knows what content is planned. On defense, Xavier McKinney, who had, I guess, a weird accident. I don't know how he did it, but he broke his hand during the Giants bye week, and now he's going to miss several games. But in 2021, he had 2 interceptions. One of them returned for a touchdown, so possibly a defensive LTD for him. And then in 2018, Melvin Gordon, 113 rushing yards, 1 touchdown, possibly worth an upgrade, but again, Nick Chubb, Jonathan Taylor, much better performances, so we're just throwing that one out there. And then Danielle Hunter for the Vikings in 2018 had 3.5 sacks in 1 game, so either McKinney or Hunter could be the defensive LTD. This happens every year. I make the same prediction. It's the anniversary in 2013. Nick Foles, 406 passing yards against the Raiders, 7 touchdowns in 1 game, basically tied the NFL record along with Peyton Manning, and he never receives a card for such an outstanding performance. Do they give him an LTD, especially, like I said earlier in the video, not a lot of great quarterback performances in this season, or this week, I should say. So do we get a QB LTD, Nick Foles, 7 touchdowns? Make it happen, EA. Then on to the hero cards, the champion cards, which should also be 93s. Remember, these are players who had a good Week 9 performance in a prior year but are not active NFL players. So we have a pretty nice list of possibilities here. So in 2014, Ben Roethlisberger had 340 passing yards and 6 touchdowns, a little bit short of Nick Foles, but maybe this is where we see a quarterback in the form of a legend come through. Jeremy Maclin, who's been on my list a handful of times this year, another good performance, 2014, week number 9, 158 receiving yards and 2 touchdowns. In 2013, Andre Johnson had 3 touchdowns in one game along with 229 receiving yards, so maybe Andre Johnson gets an LTD. They've had his rights for a while, so I wouldn't be surprised to see him in the game. And then 2012, Doug Martin, who used to be a fantasy beast, 251 rushing yards and 4 touchdowns in one game. On the defensive side, I think we've gotten this card like 2 years from this program. In 2008, John Abraham, I should say, 3 sacks and 1 forced fumble. And then in 2007, this needs to be the lock. Like, this needs to be the card. This stat line, I remember doing my research last year, and it just fascinating me, and it did it again here. James Harrison in 2007, week number 9, 3.5 sacks, 3 forced fumbles, and an interception. If that's not Team of the Week worthy, I don't know what is. So hopefully EA does the right thing there. We need a Nick Foles card, and James Harrison certainly deserves one. Thank you guys so much for tuning into another video. My name is Popular Stranger. I'm out. Peace.